Everybody's having a good night. A little dancing in. It's Saturday night. Lots of wonderful things have happened. But even if you had a bad day, you don't have to dance. You won't feel bad dancing. Just saying. Hey everybody, welcome to Grace and Fire. I'm Glenda, and I have to just say thank you to each and every single one of you guys who are joining the live. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me just go ahead and turn off that music. Although you can keep dancing in the background. It's all good. Nobody can see you. Just dance. You know, it's okay. You've got to. Well, first off, I just want to say I am so sorry I didn't go live last weekend. I have a really awesome reason as to why. In my family, we have started a new tradition. It was started by my mom, Anne from the official Ann Lynn show. I don't know if she's here or not. I haven't even looked at the chat, so I'm not sure if my mother's in the house. But my mom decided to do an evening full of fun to celebrate each and every single one of the ladies in our family. And well, originally it started out for lunch, but we had to make some adjustments. So now it's a dinner. And what we're doing is we're calling it Queen for an Evening. And every single time a different lady in our family is honored and celebrated as queen of the night. And so we get together, we have this wonderful pitch-in dinner. Everybody signs up, brings something wonderful. And then there is a committee of 3 ladies, and I'm actually on the committee. And we go out and we like to go thrift store shopping or maybe make something for the queen that we're going to honor. And it's just a way of just empowering and loving on each of the ladies in the family. It's something that I love that my mother had done. She said, someday after I'm long and gone, I hope I've left you with these wonderful memories. And let me just say, I love this family tradition that we've started. And last weekend, we honored one of my bonus daughters, I should say, because I never call my in-law kids my in-laws. She's either my bonus daughter or my daughter-in-love. And it was her celebration, and we just showered her with lots of love and surprised her that it was her turn. The queen for the night. They don't ever know who it's going to be. It's going to be somebody different. And it's going to take us about a year to get through everybody, because we're trying to do these about once a month or once every couple of months, depending on the schedule and where everybody's at in life. So anyhow, we had a wonderful lasagna dinner and had a lot of laughs and lots of hugs. And I'm just saying, it's one of our wonderful family traditions. So of course I had to skip last Saturday to honor my bonus daughter and to shower her with tons of love. And she was so surprised. And she said she had felt the love of our family and really just feels like she's one of us. And as she is, she's one of us. We love her so dearly. But anyhow, that's where I was at. Let's see who's in the chat. I'm going to go all the way to the back. And very first person in was Mr. Joey. Hey, Joe, fix it for you. You were first in. And he said, hey to Sir Grace. Sir Grace is actually listening in. He's working on something. And yep, please hit the like button on your way in. And yeah, totally sit back. And I hope you were dancing and enjoying the evening. Oh, Randy was next in line. Hey, Randy, it was so good to see you live the other day. And I really appreciated you shouting out the channels that do the sewing, making quilts and whatnot. I have not had a chance to sit down and go back and look at some of those channels. I have subscribed, but I am going to definitely go back and take a look, because I need some help with some quilting and I'd like to learn. Oh, Xander's here. I'm so a day ahead of myself. I thought today was Sunday. That's okay, but Xander, hi. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining in. And then Cynthia was here. She said, hey, y'all. So, hey, Cynthia, I'm so glad you're here. And then we have people saying hi to everybody. Oops. And then right here, Ginger. Hey, girl, I hope you are having a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, and then next in was Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead, Jesse's girl. I have to tell you, I was listening to that song, Jesse's girl. Da-da. Okay, I'm not going to sing anymore because I don't sing very good, but I thought of you and I almost called you. Anyhow, I hope you're doing good. Thank you for coming on in. And let me see. I keep thinking it's a day ahead. Been thinking that way for 3 days now. I have those days too. I promise you. I actually pulled that week before last and I kept thinking, oh, tomorrow I need to go. I had it on my calendar where I needed to go. And I wasn't. I was like 2 days early. I have those days. It's all good. Yes, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. I appreciate it. Oh, the storms threw you off. Oh my, I'm so sorry. What are you guys getting? Winter storms? I know that tonight we are supposed to get flash flooding, lots of rain. They're saying like 4 or 5 inches of rain. Like it's going to be a lot. And then we have another alert day where the winter storms are coming in. So yeah, we're all over the place. I call this area, well, I have a name for it, but it can't make its mind up. I'll say it like that. It just can't make its mind up. It's fickle. So yeah, one day we're getting rain, the next we're getting snow, then we get sunshine. And yeah, we're going to be like that for a while. It's all good. Hey, Tracy, she's in the house. She says hello to everybody. So, hey, I'm so glad you're here. And we're saying hi to each other. Lisa says hello to the rest of the family. Do you prefer to count down from us here? Okay. Well, I just count down. There you go. And then let's see here. Oh, Des is in the house. Hey, Des, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. And Mr. Powerhouse, who is an overcomer, is in the house. Troy, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And it brings me joy to know you're here. And you are one fighter. And I'm calling you our little overcomer, because you're overcoming some obstacles and you keep getting better. I'm just so glad you're here. Thank you so much. And then Jesse's in the house. He said, hello, everybody. Hey, Jesse. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, and then Aunt Lynn was here. She said, hey to all. Thank you so much. Wasn't last weekend so much fun honoring my bonus daughter? Go ahead and share a little bit of what you thought of it, Aunt Lynn, because Aunt Lynn was there. She made this wonderful lasagna. And I always love her lasagna, and I make her recipe too. She doesn't use, I know this is gonna be blasphemy, but she doesn't use ricotta cheese. She uses cottage cheese. And it really is a wonderful lasagna. And I made it when my husband was in the military. We had a progressive dinner with our friends from church. We were like in a small church group, and then they break us, down into families. And so a progressive dinner is where you start at someone's house and you have hors d'oeuvres, and then you go to the next house and you have your salad and soup, and then you go to the next house and you have your main dish, and then you go to the next house and you have your dessert. So I was in charge of the main dish, and I made Aunt Lynn's lasagna. And I'll never forget this one lady who came over. She said, I could not believe you used cottage cheese. And I said, yeah, I used cottage cheese. And I said, it's my Aunt Lynn's recipe. And she couldn't believe it. It was so good. So yeah, I love your lasagna, Aunt Lynn. And there she is. Yep, there she is, the wonderful Aunt Lynn. And thank you so much for dropping links. I see you doing that in the chat. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Queen for an evening is every day here at Lazy Days Ahead. Right, Lisa? Well, it better be, because your shipping department needs to be spoiled rotten and treated like the queen that she is, and maybe, get her a drink, give her a foot massage, be nice to her. She does a good job in that shipping department, just saying. And where are they in the world? Right? Oh, did I miss something? Let's see here. Nope, I didn't. Let's see here. I'm beginning to think that Joey never works because he's always beats me to everybody's live. Right? Work, Jesse? You must say that nasty word. I see. I get paid better for being first in lines. Yes, you do. I guess who pays you? Right? Paid? Glenda? And then I'm getting snow thrown at me. I mean, goodness gracious. Dodge, Jesse, dodge. Oh, you better be careful. You might get audited if you're not careful there, Jesse. Thank you. Yes. I'll see here. And everybody's saying hi to everybody. Oh, Carlene's here. I miss Carlene. Oh, there she is. Hey, Carlene, I'm so glad you're here. I wore your earrings the other day and I got more compliments on them. Tonight, I'm wearing some different ones. These are from somebody else and I love them. They're sweet little butterflies. I love them. But I wore yours and man, I absolutely got stopped by so many people. I'll tell you, crocheted earrings are the in thing now. And I love them. I don't know. I like things that are handmade and just beautiful. Oh, Karma's here. Hey, girly. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here. How are your kitty cats doing? I was thinking about them the other day. So let me know in the chat. Let's see here. And then, oh, there we go. Carlene Vasseur. I can kind of say it. But if Angie comes in, I'm not singing the Angie song because you don't need to hear me singing. I might break your speakers. Yeah, just saying, because I'm not a singer. Let's see here. It was a wonderful evening. Thank you on the lasagna. It was such a blessing to share with your dear loved one. Looking forward to next month. I know we've already come up with who the queen is for next month. And I've got some ideas on things that I'm going to start looking for when I go thrifting to shower her with. I can't say who it is just in case they're lurking, but I'm excited to shower this next one and to, I don't know. I think I just really enjoy our time together, just the laughs and hanging out and catching up with everybody. It's important to take that time to spend with your family. Life gets so busy. And I think I just cherish the moments we can just sit and chit chat and eat together and laugh and tell stories. It's so much fun. Oh, Carlene, no problem. She's on her phone, y'all. She can't tag. I wish that the phones would come up with a better way of tagging when you're on YouTube, because it's hard. And then when somebody has like a channel has a long name, I hate it because I have to shorten that down. Because otherwise I'm just sitting there, taking my time trying to get the name written out. I wish I could just tag like I do on the computer, but I understand. I get it. I feel you. She can't tag everybody, but she's saying hey to each and every single one of you. Oh, and saying hi. Let's see here. My mother used cottage cheese. Grandma used cottage cheese? I didn't know this. Well, I'm learning something new tonight. I always thought that was your thing, Aunt Lynn. And then if somebody is dead set against cottage cheese, I will take it and I'll blend it up in a blender and then mix it with egg. And then nobody knows it's cottage cheese because it's a texture thing. And that's what people complain about. So I just blend it up and I'll put it in my lasagna. Now, I don't know if you do this, Aunt Lynn. I can't remember this. I know we had this conversation, so you have to forgive me. I've forgotten. Do you cook your noodles, but when you make your lasagna? I quit doing that. I use a little bit extra sauce, and then I'll just layer the lasagna out, and I'll throw it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, and then I cook it. And my noodles aren't crunchy, so I'm just curious. I can't remember that one, but that's what I like to do. Maybe I'm doing it the lazy way. Maybe, taking a hint from Lazy Days Ahead, except for I'm ahead of the game because I don't cook the noodles and I'm being lazy. And I don't know. Let's see here. I'm not Italian. I took my DNA for ancestry and I do not have an ounce of Italian in me. I'm primarily Scottish, to be honest with you. And then secondary is English in my DNA. So yeah, not an ounce of Italian. So I'm going to use the cottage cheese. I think that's I would say that's an Englishy thing. So we'll blame it on that. And grandma, she's like 82 or 84% English. So if grandma's making it with cottage cheese, it's an English thing. I'm just going to claim my stake. Whether or not that's true, that's where I'm going with all this. So, and everybody's saying hi to everybody. And then, thank you, Aunt Lynn, for dropping links. Oh, Nisi. Oh, girl, you're here. I saw you live and I had company earlier today and I wanted to get in and chat, but I promise you I was lurking in the background and I got to go back and make a comment. But, Nisi, I'm so glad you're here. Sending you tons and tons of hugs. Let's hear. Oh, Jesse and Lisa are getting audited. Yeah, with all those things that they're giving away. Yeah, they're getting audited right now. You better be careful. Let's see here. And then Nisi says, hey to all in the chat. I don't know if you're on your computer or on your phone, but if Nisi's on her phone, it's hard for her to tag everybody as it is with anybody else who's on their phone. So I'm trying to get that out there. Hi for you too. Let's see here. Their audit should be done by next Friday. Oh my. Oh, you got knives in the mail. How nice. That's nice. I got a little something from them this week too. I'll be showing that in just a second. Let's see here. It's such a fun idea, Glenda. It really is. The other thing that we enjoy doing is we get together in May, right around Mother's Day weekend, or sometimes it's Derby weekend, how it pans out. It's kind of funny, but right in there, we go to this really sweet little, I don't know, it's an English garden restaurant and they have a nursery with all these beautiful herbs. And a lot of the herbs that they sell are rare. For example, I've bought patchouli from them and I've bought a Vicks plant. And yeah, I said that correctly, a Vicks plant. It's a succulent and I still have some. It's downstairs in my kitchen, but we go there for lunch and we celebrate each other. Just having lunch and talking, and then we all go buy herbs and plants. And it's another family fun tradition that we do with our ladies. I'm just waiting for the guys to come up with something. I've been saying maybe go fishing or maybe, I don't know, they could go golfing or putt-putting. I say golfing and it's really putt-putting. They need to do something, the guys do, but in our family, the ladies typically get together and I don't know, it's just a sweet thing that we do. And I think I appreciate it more because when I was a military spouse, active duty side, I wasn't home as much as I am now. And I just really am soaking in that family time with everybody. It's important to slow down. And gosh, we can look at the news and we can look at all the negative in the world. But at the end of the day, my personal focus is on my family and my friends. And I just soak in people. And that's just who I am. So I enjoy these times together. And then, everybody's saying hi to Nisi. And let's see here. My kitties are all snug and warm. I have all 9 kittens in the house with my 9 cats. 3 of them are going to be spayed and neutered on Thursday. Yay! Unfortunately, one is a month pregnant. Oh no. Looks like we have been dodged. Department of Giveaway Efficiency, and it may affect our future lives. Just saying. Probably going to be audited to the point where maybe we're going to have a little bit more fun. I have to say, I really enjoy the dark side of the wheel. And last week, I did catch, I went back and I watched the live to see where I had missed because I came in on you all a little bit late. since I was at this ladies' dinner, and I saw my name with the crazy chicken cup, and I laughed, and I told Sir Grace that I'm like, Sir Grace, I have a version, just a different color of that mug in my cabinet. And I thought it was hysterical because I've never told you about this mug, Jesse. And I just thought it was funny. That's how you were honoring me. Same crazy chicken saying, same everything. And I own the mug, which is funny. I parboil them, and just to be tender, she's talking about the lasagna noodles. Okay. See, I'm super lazy. I just go and I buy regular lasagna noodles and I add a little extra sauce, and I don't know. That's me. I don't like cottage cheese because of the texture thing. Plus, I can't stand curdled milk. Well, then if I ever make lasagna for you, I will blend it up so that way there's no texture to it. At least I admit it. Yeah, step one in admitting or in confession is admit you're wrong, right? I just don't like ricotta cheese. I mean, I've tried. I've made it several times with cottage cheese ricotta cheese in the past. Not my jam. Not my jam. I grew up with cottage cheese in it, and I love it, but I blend it for those who don't like the texture. And nobody has ever figured out it's cottage cheese. In fact, one of my bonus kids hates cottage cheese for the very same reason that Jesse's saying, exactly the same thing. And my bonus child I've never told this one that it's cottage cheese. Keep my mouth shut. Okay, you'll let it pass. Thank you. Trying to cook supper. Oh no, and your husband's not feeling well. I'm so sorry. We'll keep him in prayers, Carlene. Thank you so much for letting me know. But you tell him I said get well soon. And I know that Scott from Rambling with the Brooms is sick. He shared yesterday that he had pneumonia, and I hope he's feeling better today. He's been in my heart. I've been meaning to check in on him. I don't know where he's at tonight. Maybe he's resting, but I hope he's feeling better too. Oh, Rebecca's here. She has Italian in her. Okay. I'm not surprised. I don't know why. I always thought you did. So yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know what all I had in me. I knew English because of my grandmother's grandfather came straight from England. And so I knew I had quite a bit of English. I just didn't know how much. And then I was really surprised to find out that I'm primarily Scottish. So yeah, I mean, it's the way that shows up in my DNA. It doesn't mean that my siblings are, they'll be different, but just who I am, I'm primarily Scottish, just by a smidge. Then comes up underneath, I'm English. And I love ancestry things. I found out about 6 months ago, no, maybe a year now, that I had a knight in my family, and this knight was buried about 15 minutes from where I used to live at. I would have loved to have gone to go to the cemetery and see where he was at. If I only had known. And I started Ancestry when I lived over in England, but I never could crack a certain side of the family. And yeah, I finally cracked it, and it's confirmed. So yeah, pretty cool. But Sir Grace, he has a king, and I'm not as cool as him. So if you hear about this royalty thing, Sir Grace is more royal than I am. And see, I admit it. Step one, Jesse, I admit it. He's more royal. But I don't know where his king is at. I know where my knight is at. So there is that. But I wish that I wish I had known all that when I lived over there. And I wish I knew exactly where my grandmother's grandfather came from. I now know where he came from, but when I lived over there, I would have gone to see the place. Yeah, so there's some regrets, but I tried. E for effort, right? Let's see here. Oh, Carlene, so sorry to hear your husband's not feeling good. Prayers. Yes, definitely. Oh, and Randy's back. Hey, Randy. I said hey to you just a little bit ago, but I'm so glad you're here. let's see here. I took that ancestry test too, and they came back. I took my birth certificate away and issued me a green card. So we got our passports ready, and Sir Grace was not born on a military. His dad was in the army, and he was not born on the army installation. He was born off base. And with everything that's been going on recently, I've been teasing Sir Grace. It's possible they could deport you. You may not be American enough for them, birthright citizenship. And yeah, we went down that road, and I'm like, oh, wait, we could go back to that country, free vacation, get deported, and I'll go with you. But his passport got approved. So he is American. So there's no deporting of Sir Grace. But I mean, that would have been a great vacation. There is that. So yeah, but we had a good laugh while we were waiting for it to get approved. But we're ready for our trip to Alaska, which I'm super excited about. Let's see here. They stamped me world mutt. Yeah, I'm a world mutt too. Yeah, I have quite a few different things in me too. Let's see here. So I have East Anglian, which came over from Germany. And I have Norwegian, which explains the red hair. A lot of people say it's the Irish is where you get your red hair. And yeah, I have Irish in me, but that's not where it comes from. It comes from the Vikings. And it didn't surprise me when I saw Norwegian in there. So yeah, and I have several other things. My grandmother, it has Native American Indian in her. It didn't show up in my DNA, but it did show up in my siblings' DNA. So we do have that running through the family, but not enough to claim anything. It's just enough that it popped positive for Native American DNA. So we have that. Sir Grace did it, and he has Jewish DNA in him. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I know Aunt Lynn's son took it, and wow, he's a world mutt too. Quite a few really cool things in him as well. The reason you get to stay is because of Lisa and Jesse. Oh, or wait a minute. The reason you get to stay is because of Lisa and Jesse? Question mark. I don't know. Does he get to stay? Let's find out. See, there are about 10 of us women who attend this annual. Well, it's not an annual. I would say it's like a monthly or bi-monthly women's event. Oh, you're talking about for the Mother's Day. Yeah. Yeah. It's so much fun because my cousin's wife and their oldest comes out, and I don't know. I love being able to see everybody and just taking that time just to stop and just be a family. We do this also for, we all get together as like the aunts, uncles, cousins, great grandma, great grandma, everything in between. For Thanksgiving, we get together, and it was wonderful. We updated our 5 generations photo because my grandmother is still alive, and she has met my oldest grandbaby. She hasn't met the newest one, but she's met my oldest. So we updated our 5 generations with my mom and her and my child and my grandbaby. And so I just think it's so cool. And I think it's wonderful that I get to say to my grandkids, you've got to meet your great grandmother, and I think it's great that my grandmother gets to meet my grandkids. So it's a cool thing to have that. Thank you. You're so blessed to have family. Yeah, I count my blessings every day. We just had my little miss stay the night last night with us while her parents went out to have date night. So we've been in grandparent heaven all day today, and soak this little one in. And yeah, I know how blessed I am. I soak it. Let's see here. Women tend to gather more than men. I know. And I think that's wrong. I think the guys need to get together. There's all kinds of things that they can do. There's top golf, there's putt, there's fishing. I mean, there are things that they can do. Trust me. So yeah, she must be my sponsor. Oh, Lisa's your sponsor? Mm-hmm. So we're not getting deported. Is that what we're saying, Jesse? I don't know. I think we're going to have to keep you because, every other week there's a giveaway to be had and you're just giving it away. So I guess we have to keep you around. I mean, it is what it is, right? We are supposed to wear our derby hats. Yep. Or fasteners. I have a fastener that I wear every year. I need to get some new ones though. A fastener, for those who don't know, it's a headband and then like there's some kind of like poofy thing here or like a little hat or it's not a full on like derby hat. It's just like a headband. That's what a fastener is. And that's a really big thing in our area. I have never been to the Kentucky Derby as a spectator. I'm going to say it like that. I've never been there as a spectator. The day before the Derby is the Oaks race. And so I've been to Churchill Downs, which is where the Kentucky Derbies ran at. I've been to Churchill Downs on Oaks race. And I have two boys who were Eagle Scouts. And while they were in Boy Scouts, they would clean up Churchill Downs after the Oaks race and after the Kentucky Derby. So I was there even after the Kentucky Derby cleaning the stands. And let me just say that is one dirty place to clean up because people are little fishnickety and beer bottles are everywhere and alcohol's everywhere. And people get, I don't know, people didn't throw things away. So we cleaned it up. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. My highlight was when, let's see here. Well, Mary J. Blige was going to sing the national anthem for one of the derbies. And we were cleaning up on Oaks night. It was about midnight. And she had come to the stadium. And I didn't get to meet her, but we got to hear her sing the national anthem over the loudspeaker. And she's the one who sang it for the Kentucky Derby the next day. And it was fun listening to her practice and to get to hear that beautiful voice. I would have loved to have met her. We didn't get to see her at all. She probably, off in her spot, but we were cleaning. So yeah, let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Oh, laughing and sad. Okay, not true. You must have never been to a beer joint in Texas. Oh, true, Papa Jesse. I was under the age limit when I went through Texas last. Oh, admit that I'm wrong. Ooh, never. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button. No, she admits she's not Italian. Yeah, I admit I'm not Italian. I have no Italian in me. It's easy to do, Jesse. I can teach you and Ginger how to admit you're wrong. Step 1. Which means I'm most likely somehow related to Rebecca. Probably. I mean, as big of a family as you've got, you probably are. And Rebecca, I mean, the food's good. So I think you struck gold there. Most of Italy and Italians are related to one another somehow. Oh my goodness. That's what I say about people from Kentucky, especially if you're on Eastern Kentucky. When my oldest got married, I lovingly went to my bonus child and said, I need you to run a DNA test because I need to make sure we're not related. Because if your family is from Eastern Kentucky, which my bonus kid is from Eastern Kentucky originally, there's a possibility. And my bonus kid looked at me mortified. And come to find out, a friend of both of theirs is possibly related to us. So, because from the same town. Anyhow, yeah, we say that about certain areas too. See, I'm French with the maiden of Lanier and married name of Vasseur. No way I could be Italian. No way. Hey, there is it? No, I think it might be Lanthier with a T. Is it Lanier Winery or is it Lanthier Winery, Aunt Lynn? There's a winery in Madison, Indiana, and I can't remember if it's Lanthier or it's Lanier Winery. You'll have to tell me, Aunt Lynn. Let's see here. My dad's mother is full Swedish. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I am mostly Polish, Slovakian, and then French, German. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. I didn't know that about you. Just because Sir Grace is royal, there's no sense in you being royal blue. He married royalty. He married a good one, just saying. I'm teasing you, Jesse. You know I love you. Let's see here. You can learn a lot about your heritage by your last name. Usually, for instance, my maiden name is Wagner. Wagner is German surname meaning a wagon builder master. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you can learn a lot. In my family, though, my maiden name should not be my maiden name. I should be a completely different name. And when I was doing ancestry, I kept getting stuck and I'm going, I can't seem to bring this back further. And I had spoken to someone and they said that's because a great grandmother, like several times back, great grandmother, was married to a man with my maiden name, which is what it was. But whenever she lost him, he passed away, and then she fell in love with this guy, and then had her son, who would be my so many times great grandfather. And instead of taking on the man that she loved, last name for her son, she gave him her married name from the guy that passed away before. Whew, just saying. And it was all in Kentucky, honey. So it was like, okay, now this makes sense. Let's see here. My heritage primarily German, at least in my ancestry. I could see that. Sir Grace and I got to go to Germany in 2004 or 5, somewhere right in there. And we went to Bavaria, Germany, which is down south. And I'm just saying, what a beautiful country to go visit and see. And we made a pact that we would not eat anything American food while we were in Germany, except for one time my sugar levels fell. I'm hypoglycemic. And the only thing we could find was Subway. So I had to eat there. But otherwise, we ate all German food. And I love the food there. It's so good. Ours means holy smoke. Someone made the incense that's burned in church. Oh, that's so cool. I follow, let's see here. I just drew an Mapperton. Julie Montague. I don't know, her title may be changed, but it's Viscountess. And her family, now her husband, because the father-in-law just passed, but her husband is the current Earl of Sandwich. And it was the 4th Earl of Sandwich that gave us the name of sandwich, of eating a sandwich. And it was kind of cool to hear that history. He was playing, I think, a poker game is what she said in the family. There's been so many stories, but it actually is her in-law back into the family that's where we got it from. So I think they said that he was playing poker, and so he didn't want to get juices down all over everything, all over the cards and whatnot. So he put his meat between 2 pieces of bread, and that's how we have the name sandwich. But it's a very fascinating thing. She is an American. She's from Chicago, and she married into this prestigious family. And Mapperton is the name of the estate. And it's, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Again, another place I wish I would have known about when I lived over there, because I would have gone to visit. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I saw that one. Oh, CB's in the house. Hey, CB, how are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. Let's see here. And then Carlene's got to go. Blessings to all. No problem. Have a great night. Thank you for stopping in. Expensive and boring. Uh-oh, I missed something. Oh, yep. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's see here. I think we are all related unless you didn't come from Adam and Eve. Well, I mean, I guess if you came from, this was my thought. Papa Jesse, you forget my cousins flew the UFOs. That explains it. Mm-hmm. Some people could be from aliens. I'm just saying. You never know. Lanier. I think that. So it is Lanier Winery. I think you meant with an L, not N. So it is not with a T. So Carlene, if you're still listening in, it's Lanier Winery. You ought to check it out. Let's see here. Joe, fix it for you. I found your brother. I just watched White Rock fixing stuff for different channels when visiting. I now call him Jason. Fix it for you. That's so funny. They're on YouTube. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, we're saying hi to each other. She's from a small town outside of Chicago. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, I guess I should show you. I've got this box sitting right next to me of some goodies that I got in the mail, and not everything is here. So this week I got a box from Lisa and Jesse, and Sir Grace's puppy already stole all the toys that they sent him. So they sent the pupper some toys, and I did send a little video to Lisa, and he absolutely loves it. Sir Grace, I don't know if you're listening in. So let's see here. There was a hedgehog, and it's called Hedgie. And let's see here. Then there was it a crocodile? I'm trying to remember, because one of them, he calls it Croc Croc, and I don't remember why. But anyhow, yeah. So he has all his toys, and let me say, the little miss came over, and she had fun playing with the puppers and was throwing them up and down the hallway. And he was just so happy. He just like, I got my toys. And so thank you from the puppy. So then I also got this gorgeous, I'm going to hang it up. I almost forgot to bring it up because I left it outside of the box, but it is a magnolia, and it says it's the legend of the dogwood. And I mean, isn't that gorgeous? It talks about, it's a legend that at the time of crucifixion, the dogwood had become the size of oak and forest trees. So firm and strong was the tree that was chosen as the timber of the cross. That is what was used for such a cruel purpose and greatly distressed tree. Jesus nailed upon it, sensed it, and his gentle pity for all the sorrow and suffering said to it, because of your regret and pity for my suffering, never again shall the dogwood tree grow large enough to be used for a cross. Henceforth, it shall be slender and bent and twisted, and its blossoms shall be in the form of a cross, 2 long and short petals, and in the center of the outer edge of each of the petals there will be nail prints, brown with rust and stained with red, and in the center of the flower will be a crown of thorns, and all who see it will remember. And it is, I'm going to hang this up on my wall, but it is absolutely so beautiful. In the center is the crown of thorns. So thank you so much. Sir Grace saw that, and he was like, oh, we got to get that on the wall. And I'm like, yes. So that's going up somewhere. And then I got a little box of candy that Sir Grace and I opened, and I don't have it up here. I'm sorry, but it's good. And then I got a Rocky Road in milk chocolate. So we're going to try that tonight. And then I got, I was hoping to get one of these. I got it. It's the whatever hat. I love it. I love it. I have it ready because and I always like to do this to my hats and make it like break it in a little bit. But on the inside, it says whatever. And then Lisa signed it. I need to get the button, but I guess in the meantime, I got the hat that says whatever. That is my thing now. You know, you're having a bad day, whatever. Somebody upset you, whatever. You know, somebody says something silly, whatever. I want that little button. See, I just need it so I can go up behind Sir Grace and go, whatever. And then I got some of this cranberry sweets and more sweet plumeria solid lotion bar. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to open it and smell it. I've been waiting. Sounds really wonderful. Oh, okay. I hope you got yourself one of these. Oh, man. Sir Grace won it? Okay. Okay. Oh, push the button for me, Jesse. Push it. Oh, that is so beautiful. Okay, so just for you, so I guess they have a website, www.cranberrysweets.com. I don't know if they have this on their website, but it's Sweet Plumeria. Run and get it. That is such a beautiful, very feminine, very light. So it's not overpowering. You know, like sometimes some things are overpowering. It's not at all. It's very light, but it's very, very pretty. I like that. Thank you so much. And then I can't wait because I'm going to crack this open, carrot cake jam. I actually think, Lisa, tell me, is there any nuts in here? Because I don't think there are. I was thinking this would be really good on top of brie cheese. And if that's the case and there's no nuts in there, Aunt Lynn, I'm going to bring this to our next ladies get together and put it over brie cheese. Okay, she said no nuts. I think this is going to be really good on brie cheese with some crackers. So Aunt Lynn, ladies get together. The next one that's coming up, we're going to crack open Miss Lisa's jam. It's going to a really fancy dinner. And then Sir Grace, oh, there it is, cranberry sweets, and then the Rocky Road candy and the pure cranberry. So that's what he wants. So there's the cranberry candy. I did see the note, so I'll make sure he gets that. Although we've been sharing the box of candy, I'm not going to lie, because we cracked it open. And so then I got this really cool bag. I love it. Look at the little Highlander cow on it. It says, love you to the barn and back. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to use that. That's going in my car. And then my little hens of Grace and Fire got some more chicken herbs. Oh my goodness. They love their nesting box herbs. And yes, we are getting eggs now. Finally, we are getting some eggs. And it may only just be like at max 3 of them. But I've been putting the nesting box herbs in there, trying to get them kind of going. And yeah, yes, we're getting eggs. And then I got 2 of these, one for me and one for Sir Grace. But I think I'm going to share with the littles. I'm going to put it in with the littles' dishes. It's a fry grabber. I love that. It is funny. And it's from Freddy's. I have never heard of them, but it says it right. It's right here where it says Freddy's. So yeah, I'm going to put that down there with the littles. And then I love these lighters. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite lighter now. So I'm going to put that down there. So thank you for that. And then I know we're missing quite a few things because I've just taken stuff and put it downstairs. And then I got this sweet little Bible marker, like to mark your page. And it says, in the beginning, God. And it's so beautiful. So that'll go right in my Bible. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And like I said, there's a lot of toys for the puppers, and he's in heaven. And so was little Miss playing with him last night during Scott's Live. And then they did it again this morning. So yeah, puppers loves everything so much. Let me go back and see what I've missed. Let's see here. Okay, so, oh, yes. You were talking about Julie Montague. She's from a small town outside of Chicago. And she is the second Viscountess. I don't know. I think her title's changed. It's probably not Viscountess anymore. But she is the second one from Chicago. She's the second American, too, to marry into this family. I heard her story of how she came into the family. She didn't know Luke was from a prestigious family. She met him in London at an event, and she saw his credit card, and it said some kind of like title, and she's like, what does that mean? You know, that's how much she knew. I mean, let's be honest, most Americans don't understand the titles and things, because I know I don't. And yeah, she married into this really nice family. And the expensive and boring is Derby is very boring. Older sister dragged me to one. Sister works in the fashion industry and on the YouTube films. I don't know. I think the Derby can be fun. The Viscountess you were talking about. Yep, Julie Montague. Let's see here. Surnames are given as a way to identify which person or family they're speaking of. Simon Bar Jonah was Simon, son of John. If there were two Johns, one built wagons, and he was John Wagner or Wagner. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. In my grandmother's family, there are a bunch of Johns and the same last name. And it makes it really interesting when you're like sitting down looking at the ancestry stuff, trying to keep each person separate because there's so many Johns. Let's see here. In Sweden, when you were family, you took on your father's first name, like Carlson or Carl's daughter. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Let's see here. Very lovely. Let's see here. Sir Grace. I'm pushing the button for you. Push it again. Whatever. I got myself one too. Oh, you did get one. Isn't that just, seriously, www.cranberrysweets.com. This is nice. And because it's a hard lotion, it'll last. You're just barely, like, you don't even see my imprint. And I mean, it spreads out nicely, and it's just real feminine, very sweet. I love it. Let's see here. There's a correct way. Close it, slam it on the table, then take the big side off, then use the top side to rub on your elbows. Why am I slamming the lotion? Okay. I sent a video on Instagram on how to open and use the lotion. Oh, you're talking about how to get it out. Oh, okay. Okay. There we go. I get it. Just like this. And I've got the bar. So just like that. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Well, I'm just saying it's nice. It is super nice. And a little will go a long way. These solid lotions last forever. There's a goat farm, probably about half hour or so away from us. They're a grade A goat farm. And they make this really nice solid lotion, but they don't put it in the container like this. It's in like a deodorant, not really a deodorant, but it's round, and you just screw it up and down, so you can get it out. And I bought one of those, and man, that solid lotion bar lasted me a year, and I used it just every day. It's so nice. And a little goes a long way. It does look good on me too, doesn't it? Except for the problem that I'm struggling with right now, I'd be rocking it and wearing it, is that these are not my computer glasses. These are my everyday glasses. And I have to tilt my computer in my head just a little certain way so I can read, because the bifocal's down here. It's not up here. So I'm struggling to see the chat, but I love it. Me too. I got 10 eggs. Oh, girl, 10 eggs. I'm hoping mine are going to start picking up. It's based on sunlight and the age of the birds. So I know this isn't for everybody, but my hens are our pets, and my grands love them, and we love them too. And they're therapeutic in that sense. So my girls are getting a little bit older. In fact, next month, they'll be 5 years old, the older flock. And so we only have 2 of the younger flock, because we were going to have 3, but we lost one. So we're not getting a ton of eggs, and I'm okay with it. I don't expect those hens to live forever, and we'll be replacing them when we lose the girls, as it happens naturally. But there are pets still here, but have chores to do. No problem. Ours won't start up again, most likely until April. It has to do with the sunlight. It really does. Maybe you should sing to them. Yeah. Oh, those were for the littlest. Okay. I'll make sure that the littlest get their fry pinchers. I'll put it in with, so I have a drawer just for my littles to put their dishes in. It's at their height. And so I'll put it down in there so that way they see it. Let's see here. It's Viscountess. She just did a video on visiting another manor. Yeah, but her father-in-law just passed away, I think February 1st. And so I know that her son had a title, and upon death, he became the Earl of Sandwich. So I think her title changes. And then I think it gets passed on down to the kids, kind of like like the royals. So I don't know. I don't know if it stays Viscountess or not. So you have to check into that. Oh, Scotty's here. Hey, Scotty. Oh, you upgraded, or you got a new picture. Almost wouldn't have recognized you if I hadn't read your name. Been here listening, trying to get rid of a massive headache that I get from time to time. But hello to each and every single one of you. Oh, Scotty, I'm a migraine sufferer. I understand. I hope you have been resting. I had one this morning myself. I woke up and my normal stuff, my normal everything, the lavender, the peppermint, the medications were not working very well. And I had a little one running around. So I feel for you. Make sure the room's dark. I hope you're resting. Get your feet up. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, and do whatever you're supposed to do to help treat those. Because that's no good. That's no good. And let's see here. The lotion says in the small side. It says it in the small side. Stays in the small side. Oh. I get what you mean. So I'm not supposed to take it all the way. Well, guess what? There's the paper. I mean, do I read instructions? No. Let's see here. They're excellent. Let's see here. Immediate relief to dry itchy skin, calming symptoms. Okay, it talks about how to do it. And then on this side, remove the bar by firmly tapping the lid on a heart surface. Oh, okay. So it doesn't say to take out, but I see what you're saying. You just take it out like that. Well, I love it. It's going to be well loved. I mean, instead of wearing perfume, this has got like just that beautiful feminine smell. I won't be wearing perfume with it because it's nice. It's beautiful. Let's see here. I leave the bar on the lid. Okay. Still wrong, Glenda. Watch the Instagram video. I will. I'll watch it. But either way, it's going to be well loved and used because this is nice. I actually really like it. What the flock am I talking about? My flock of chickens. That's what I was talking about. I'm not singing to the chickens. Besides, the 6-year-olds do that already. I know. And my little one will go up to my chickens and go, he go, and dump like all the food in one spot. Now, keep in mind, we're talking toddler. Okay. So we're working on throwing the food out to spread it. But I name my chickens Little Miss Chicken Tender. She is a green queen from Meyer Hatchery. It's a type of a Easter egger. But anyhow, she's a little fat girl, and she just every time she sees Little Miss coming, because she knows Little Miss is gonna dump it all in one spot and go, he go. So we're working on throwing it. Just throw it, and I worry that if I teach Little Miss to throw the chicken feed, she'll think that she can throw other things too. And I don't know, like, throw your French fries or throw your, grapes all over the place. I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. I watch Cog Hill Family Farm and they get 58 eggs. Oh my gosh. They got 58 eggs yesterday and 40 the day before. Oh my gosh. Wow. They must have a lot of chickens then. That is crazy. I think I'm ready for the Earl of Bacon. I think you should be nicknamed the Earl of Bacon. I mean, you are royalty and you do like bacon. So, dun da da da. Let me get my pen. I knight you Earl of Bacon, Jesse. There you go. You are Earl of Bacon. Just saying. And you're welcome. I've given you an official title. Scotty, look into folic acid and baby aspirin a day. Let's see here. There aren't instructions. There are destructions. Well, I was just destructing it, Doesn't read the instructions either. Yeah. I mean, why bother? I mean, it'll still get together. It'll still work. You don't need, it might take a little bit. Instructions are a suggestion. Just like asking for directions. It's better to get lost than stop and ask for directions. You might learn something new about the area and maybe even learn a quicker way to get home. I've done that many times. You should ask one of my kiddos, they'll tell you that. Just give me the picture and I'll put it together. That's right. I take which is Topamax, topiramate for them, and Tylenol a few times a week. Can't take baby aspirin due to open heart surgery I had 4 years ago. Yeah, you have to be really careful with medications, and really just follow what your provider suggests for you. And I don't take topiramate, but I know it's Topamax, which is the brand name. And yeah, there's so many different things that they can do to help, but important to do it. I kind of back to Scotty. I take medications as well, but I also get Botox. I don't know if you're a candidate for it. I know insurance can be funny, but that might be something to ask your provider. And yes, I get Botox and you can still see all my wrinkles here. So it's not like the Botox where you can't smile or you lose all your wrinkles. Although, sometimes I go in and go, you got some left. Let's just take care of. But it's not a cosmetic thing. I don't know if you're a candidate for it, but maybe something to think about. It's helped me. And the way that I know that Botox is working is about a week before it wears off, which it wears off in 3 months is all it's good for. A week before, I'm usually down pretty hard. And I do take other medications for that. And yes, I have tried all the natural ways, and I've tried, so many different suggestions, and migraines are just something that it's hard to, I feel your pain, and not one size fits all, because there's so many different kinds of migraines. I have a traditional migraine, and then I have one that's hard to describe. So it's another kind of a migraine. And then I have a rare form of a migraine. Well, it's not migraine, it's a headache. My own primary care has never heard of it. It's called a nummular headache. And so I have like a spot back here in my head, and it's just a perfect circle. And there's not very many cases in the United States of nummular headaches. But I have to have Botox put into that circle every 3 months. And then I take a medicine to help with that too. And I've gotten it under control, but I'm telling you, I've lived like that one. I hurt every single day if it's not treated. So I understand it. Migraines are no fun. Okay. Wading through a phase within the 6-year-olds. You never can get good instruction, reader. They confuse you, don't they? Try IKEA instructions. Sir Grace and I were laughing at our first piece of furniture that we built with IKEA. Before we got the kitchen, I thought, well, let's buy one, and let's like a small piece of furniture, nothing big, nothing extravagant, and let's see what their instructions are like. And we were just laughing so hard over the happy face and the sad face. Like they put that in there. And I told Sir Grace, I said, if you don't do it this way, we're all going to have sad faces. But if you do it this way, we'll all be happy. Details. I'm just saying. Details. The Mod Father, Earl of Bacon. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, here we go. Jesse, Earl of Bacon. No bacon is safe around Jesse. That'll be his motto. Because every family has a motto. That'll be Jesse's motto. No bacon is safe around Jesse. Yes, congratulations, Karen. Let's see here. Did you see my comment? Okay. Then just look at one folic acid. I say have a conversation with your provider and see if there's some other tips, because not one size fits all with migraines. Let's see. You're looking to. Talking to the doctor. Absolutely. Getting crabby. He's probably throwing him in an electric blanket, cranks on high. I'm on topiramate. So I know the pain. I have brain damage. Ooh, from blows to the head. Ooh, yeah, that's no good. That's no good. Amavig worked best for me, but it's way expensive. Yeah, I know someone who's tried Amavig, and It didn't work. I take Emgality, which it's Emgality. It's a once a month shot, and it worked for me. And I have neuropathy, which Emgality is not, how do I say this? Emgality is not for neuropathy. I want to make that really clear. But for whatever reason, it's helped with my neuropathy, which is not, it's not prescribed for it. I take it for migraines. It just ended up being a reason that I was able to come off of another medication. Like we were able to kind of cut back on meds because this one was like doing two. And what my provider told me is that it's hitting the same receptors as your neuropathy. And it worked. But I'm a migraine sufferer, and I know people with neuropathy who can't get it. So I don't ever suggest it. But yeah, I do understand. Snuggles under blanket and sticks thumbs up. No, okay. See, mine is from a work accident where my guardhouse was knocked over by a truck and been injured going on almost 2 years now. Yeah, I know. That's when it comes to an accident and those migraines, no fun. One of the things that we're actually going to be working on is rebuilding our chicken run because I actually hit my head. And about 2 years ago, I hit my head and I didn't lose any time or anything, but I had a headache for many weeks. And so I went and saw my provider, got put on medications. Thankfully, mine have gone away from that incident, but we are going to be rebuilding the chicken run so that way I don't hit my head underneath of it. And that actually was supposed to have been done last year, but we put the kitchen first. So now the goal is to build it up so that way people can walk in without ducking their head. And in my current chicken run, I put pool noodles on the bar just so that way if I hit my head, I'm hitting the pool noodle. And the pool noodles are starting to wear out. So it's time to replace the chicken run. We also found some rotting going on. We bought the materials with what we could get at the time. It was during the shutdown of 2020. And we didn't have access to everything. So now we're starting to find problems with the little run rotting. And we're also finding that our big run, the fence is starting to lean in even more. So we got to do something, and it's going to happen pretty soon. We're going to have to rebuild it, but we're going up because of the migraine that I suffered from. We don't want that again. Would you use salmon seed instead of Botox? Something new. Never heard of it. I have tried krill oil before. It's great for a lot of things, but it didn't help with the migraine. So I'm not sure with salmon what that would do. That's an interesting point. I just believe in working with your medical provider and having those conversations. And I really like the one that I have. She doesn't give up on her patients, and she's a migraine sufferer too. So she understands when you just have a bad day, and she's going to help you figure it out. And, not everything is about medicine. There are things to do to help those migraines. Sometimes there's triggers, and it's avoiding things like chocolate or caffeine, those kind of things, or nitrites. That is a thing. So you have control. So staying hydrated is important. And then I like lavender and mint. It works for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. So I do try different things. I also take Nurtec it's called an abortive medication when they're trying to stop the headaches when they happen or the migraines when they happen. So that I take. And then for my rare form of headache, I take amitriptyline, a very low dosage. And I'm just saying, I sleep really good on amitriptyline. I see you're taking notes. Yeah, it's one of those things that everybody is so different. There is an infusion on the market. I know somebody who tried it. It didn't work for this person, but they did not have It's not a traditional migraine. It's called Vyepti. And let me think how it was like every 3 months you go in for a transfusion, but it's new to the market. And then another medication that I know it's a preventative. It's not an abortive. It's a preventative. It's called Qulipta. That's another medication that's out there. But again, have those conversations with your doctor, because your medical history coming into this needs to be considered. I'm not a doctor by any means of the imagination. This is some of the things that I have to do for myself. And then the caregiver mode is coming into play. So you're just going to have to forgive me. Always lay out your medical, like with your doctor, like heart problems. Scotty mentioned he had some heart issues, and because of that, he can't take certain meds. So definitely lay that out on the line. And then any kind of time you go in to speak with your doctor, if there's something that's never worked for you, or maybe isn't quite getting it, have that conversation and say, hey, this is working or this is not working. And then I have had to switch providers too, for myself. And I am actually, my current one, she is a migraine sufferer, and she is a migraine specialist in her field. She's in neurology, but she is a migraine specialist. She's top of the game. Very hard to get into to see. It took me a year to get an appointment with her. And then once I was established, now I can go and see her on a regular basis. But yeah, that's my only advice. But yeah, I get it. Those migraines, no fun. But I had one this morning, and I was like, am I going to be able to function with the toddler running around? And I wanted to, and finally it went away, and I was able to sit and really just soak the little one in and play and have fun. And yeah. So anyhow, that's my thing about migraines, and if you have any questions, you can ask away. I can only speak from where I've been at, and then what I know from other people who are migraine sufferers. But I can't say that this is what's going to work for you. And I'll never say to you, do this, it's going to work for you. I'm going to say, this is what I know. Here is my suggestion. Have that conversation with your provider. So that way you can get the right plan. Anyhow, sorry, I got on that tangent, but hope that helped somebody. I don't know everything in the world, but I do know a little bit about that. Let's see here. The brain is still repairing itself. Also, you're learning about what triggers your migraines, and it does take time to adjust. Migraines suck. The best thing I found when I started having them was to keep a log of what triggered them. It took a while to find a pattern, but it helps to stay away from things and keeps up with other things like vitamins that I was lacking. So I do have less. Yeah, and I just had another thought. So a concussion migraine, or I have a loved one who had a concussion migraine and tried hyperbaric oxygen chambers. It's not, let me make this super clear. Hyperbaric oxygen chambers is not for migraine sufferers or people with trauma. It's mainly used, so like burn victims, to help regenerate the new skin cells. But this person tried it, and it actually brought these post-concussive migraines down. The problem is that it lasted 3 months and came back with a vengeance. And so now this person, so they can't, because it's a concussive migraine. And sometimes these head injuries is hard to describe. So the way that this provider told them was, they're going to try to find a migraine similar to go that route to treat it. And because hyperbaric oxygen chambers work for this person, it's closely related to cluster migraines, and they treat cluster migraines with oxygen therapy. So it would just be an oxygen tank at home. So if you're a cluster migraine sufferer, maybe have that conversation with your provider, see if you're a candidate for oxygen. And it works. But again, have those conversations. Please have those conversations. I'm not suggesting anything other than a conversation with your doctor. So here, once a month, I have to take a 3-hour Epsom salt bath. As a migraine sufferer, I use Epsom salt too. And I don't know, there's something really nice about Epsom salts. Um, and so there is I have tried it and it works. And it's called floating. It's kind of, I'm not into the psychedelic part of it. That's not what I don't go in and go, woo, but I always address the weird things up front. If you're into it, you're into it, but I'm not. Okay. I go in, and so it's a float tank, and it's Epsom salts. And I want to say it's like the tank had like 300 pounds of Epsom salts in it, and you literally float. And for me, I just go in, I'll lay down, make it real nice and dark. And usually that's my time to pray. And just sometimes I fall asleep. And when I come out of that float tank, that helps with my migraines. And it also helps with like joint pains too. I like it for that. So Epsom salts are really good. Even if you just spray it on you, or even get the Epsom salts, like the ancient ones, there's like a cream you can put on. That's good for that too. Let's see here. Probably not ginger. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Are you taking notes, Joey? Probably not. Okay. Let's see here. Oddly enough, it helps. Yeah. Twitches, hates needles. No, I understand. Ginger can get Joey right. Needles are voodoo. I know. I don't like giving myself an injection, but I have to for the Emgality. There's always replay, guys. Yep, you can always hit the replay. You're good. Which most likely means Epsom salt bath would be out for you, Scotty, but check. There is Epsom salt lotion on the market. You want to get the ancient ones. I'm sorry, I don't know the brand name, but yeah, there's Epsom salt lotion you can do. So if you don't want to take like an Epsom salt bath, that might be an option for you. Sometimes he can, Randy. Oh, okay. He can always hit the replay. Yeah, for sure. That's what it's for. I'll leave it up. If you got, these are just ideas, again, have those conversations with your doctor. I'm not a provider. I'm just a migraine sufferer myself. And I know people who suffer from migraines, and they are debilitating. Lights bother me. Sound bothers me. Smell. I have to be really careful with smell. That's like one of my biggest problems. I can smell things. I'll be sitting like in my office, and I can smell things like on the other side of the house when I have a migraine, and it makes me nauseous. And yeah, that's like one of my biggest things. The blurry vision. Mm-hmm. Well, to be honest with you, one of the reasons that I have glasses not only are for the bifocal, because I really technically could just have reading glasses, but I went in and had a conversation with my optometrist, and he put in a small prescription for the distance to help me with migraines. He saw just a slight, like I needed something, but it wasn't like I had to have this prescription. But he went ahead and he added it. So I do wear, we don't call them bifocals. We call them progressive. I got corrected the other day. I didn't know. It's politically correct, but I just still call them bifocals. So whatever. But I have a small distance prescription just to help with that. And it makes it feel better. So sometimes getting your vision checked too and having that conversation with the optometrist, that's another one. I feel like I'm drunk when I don't even drink because everything splits in two because of the crescent moon blur. Yeah, I hear that one. I hear that. I had surgery in October of 2020 for something completely different. And that morning I had to prep going in, and I had a migraine, and my poor kiddo drove me to the hospital, and I was afraid that they were going to say it was COVID because we still were learning about COVID, to be honest, but I was so ill going in. I looked over at my kiddo and I said, I don't know if I can walk in there for surgery. I mean, I was prepping for surgery and couldn't take medications, couldn't take anything. I mean, I couldn't take a darn thing. And I'm saying I'll never forget that migraine. I was sick, sick. And so when the nurse came in, I had like this. I mean, just trying. And I'm like, I have a migraine. And she called the anesthesia, and the anesthesiologist came and he goes, well, Miss Glenda, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that migraine before you go in for surgery. And he gave me those meds. And oh my gosh, I'll never forget how much better I felt. I'm like, whoo, I can go run a marathon now. But yeah, they get pretty bad. And I can feel so many people. I mean, I get it. 3 different kinds of migraines. What I have, I understand. But it's important to stay up on that and have that conversation, just as it is with any other kind of medical, and just finding providers that fit your needs and that you align with. And if you disagree with somebody, it's okay. I would first ask why, before you go changing providers. But if you have to change a provider, it's okay too. They understand. So you need somebody who's going to work with you the way you want to see fit and get better. So Joey, I hope you took some notes. Anyhow, well, you guys, I am going to get off of here. It is time for me to go make dinner and take care of Sir Grace, because I know the man's probably hungry. His wife's up here and I didn't make dinner, so I got to go figure something out. Maybe you can give me some ideas and let me know what y'all are having for dinner. Don't forget, tonight is Gillum Farms. Chilling with the Gillums. I almost wore my shirt. I need to. It's really big now because I've lost so much weight, but go on over tonight and chilling with the Gillums. And we will see you all next week. Be kind to somebody. You don't know what they're going through. And if you need to go have a conversation with your doctor, go on over and have that conversation with your doctor about anything that you need addressed. Anyhow, this is a lot of fun, you guys. We'll see you all next week. Same time, same place.